Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really incredible, highly structured framework for navigating life's massive choices. We're pulling this straight from Sundar Pichai's 2026 Stanford commencement address. We're going to explore the architecture of a purposeful life, using 3 distinct filters that can literally change how you make decisions.
So be honest for a second here. Are you stressing over every single life decision? Because honestly, it's so easy to fall into that trap, right? You end up overanalyzing every single choice, completely terrified that one wrong move is going to somehow derail your entire career or your whole life. And that anxiety of trying to make the absolute perfect choice, it's exhausting. Quite frankly, it's paralyzing. Okay, let's dive into this, because Sundar Pichai offers the ultimate solution to this exact problem, and it all starts with a total shift in how we approach our daily crossroads.
Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. 1. The myth of big decisions. 2. Filter 1. Choose optimism. 3. Filter 2. Do hard things. 4. Filter 3. Follow genuine excitement. And finally, number 5. Set your heart ablaze.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the myth of big decisions. To truly grasp this framework, we first have to do a little cognitive reframing about how we view the choices right in front of us. Pichai's core thesis here is that we really need to stop sweating the small stuff. Most moments in life, well, they only seem incredibly big when you're standing right in front of them. But in reality, very few decisions are actually make or break. The secret isn't making sure every tiny, everyday choice is flawless. It's about saving your energy and focusing on getting the real decisions right. When you take the pressure off those minor daily choices, you instantly free up the mental bandwidth you actually need for the milestones that matter. And hey, if you ever need proof that your early struggles don't define your end result, just look at Pichai's own life timeline. He was a first-generation immigrant. He actually dropped out of a PhD program and then faced a solid decade of struggle just trying to find his direction. Think about that for a second. 10 years of uncertainty. But that winding path eventually led to him becoming the CEO of Google and ultimately standing on stage delivering the 2026 Stanford commencement speech. The messy middle didn't ruin his trajectory. It actually built it.
To really ground his journey in some real stakes, think about this number: 1 year. That is the exact amount of his father's salary that went into buying just a single plane ticket to get Pichai to Stanford. I mean, imagine carrying the dramatic weight of an entire year of your family's income on a single flight. Those are massive, life-altering stakes. So how do you navigate that kind of pressure without completely crumbling? Well, that brings us directly to his first vital tool. Moving on to Section 2. Filter 1. Choose optimism. Now, this filter is all about how a simple, conscious shift in your perspective can completely change your reality. Pichai shares this really fantastic anecdote about a woman named Mrs. Jane Earl. When she looked out at a dry, seemingly barren landscape, she didn't just see dead grass. She reframed the landscape entirely, changing the description from brown hills to golden hills. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer power of a mental filter. The physical landscape didn't change at all, right? But the experience of that landscape transformed completely, based entirely on the lens she chose to look through. He points out that we don't choose the world we graduate into, but we absolutely choose how we see it. And this connects directly to your life right now. See, optimism isn't about being naive. It's not about ignoring reality or pretending those brown hills just don't exist. It's an active, strategic choice to adopt a perspective that empowers you rather than defeats you. Basically, you control the lens.
Section 3. Filter 2. Do hard things. We so often try to find the path of least resistance, right? But Pichai argues that seeking out difficulty is actually a massive strategic advantage. Why? Simply because hard problems naturally have less competition. Human nature pushes most people to avoid the tough stuff. They want the easy route. Because of that, hard work serves as a natural filter. If you're willing to tackle the difficult, messy, complex problems, you're immediately entering a playing field with way fewer players. It is hands down the most effective way to find truly meaningful opportunities. Let's anchor this abstract advice to a very concrete story from Pichai's time at Google, the creation of Google Chrome. Yeah, that wasn't an easy, widely accepted idea at first. He faced massive internal resistance within the company. People pushed back, and they pushed back hard. But because he applied this filter, because he was willing to do the hard thing and push through that intense resistance, it resulted in a meaningful, industry-changing opportunity. The difficulty wasn't a stop sign for him. It was the exact indicator that he was onto something huge.
All right, Section 4, Filter 3, Follow genuine excitement. I want you to ask yourself right now, What actually drives your daily motivation? What really gets you out of bed in the morning? Now, what's really interesting about this is how Pichai redefines a very common feeling. He states that excitement is data. Let that sink in. It's not just a fleeting emotion. It's not just a momentary rush. Excitement is hard, actionable data. It's a vital, biological signal that you are in direct alignment with your true purpose. When you feel that spark, your brain is actually giving you critical information about where you belong. Society constantly tells us to follow status and salary, but Pichai argues that status and salary are incredibly poor compasses for your life decisions. They often lead you down these paths that look amazing on paper, but leave you feeling totally empty inside. So the absolute crucial point here is that genuine excitement is a vastly superior compass. While money and flashy titles can easily mislead you, genuine excitement will always point you straight to your true north.
And our final section, Section 5, Set Your Heart Ablaze.
As he wraps up, Pichai reflects on his own journey by sharing some highly personal, unexpected gifts. He talks about a crazy road trip to Vegas and just the simple, awe-inspiring moment of experiencing his very first snowfall. But more importantly, he reflects on all the times things went horribly wrong and the realization that the world just didn't end. I really want this to serve as a reminder to you. The chaotic, unpredictable, or even seemingly disastrous moments ahead of you, they're actually gifts in disguise. They're shaping who you are.
Let's bring this all together so you can walk away with these tools ready to use. Step 1, choose optimism. Go ahead and reframe those brown hills into golden ones. Step 2, do hard things. Bypass the competition by leaning into the difficulty. And step 3, follow genuine excitement. Treat your enthusiasm as literally the most valuable data point in your life. And that leads us to Pichai's final, inspiring message from his address. Set your heart ablaze. Sure, he delivered this to a crowd of graduates, but it applies perfectly to you, right now, wherever you are. You are incredibly capable. You are completely equipped with the tools to face the future, and the moments ahead of you are absolute gifts. Don't approach your life with caution. Approach it with a blazing, unstoppable energy. So, now that you have the architecture and you know how to filter through the noise to find your true north, what will you use your excitement to build? Take these tools, apply them today, and start building. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I absolutely can't wait to see what you create next.